2,000 protesters were outside. Hell yeah. I paid that stupid fucking deposit. When things inevitably change because of all my ER visit shit stuff goes through, I'll have to call and readjust everything. But it's sorted out enough that I get to have it. Good, Jane. I hate that they do this shit, but I'm glad that you're getting the care that you need. Love you bunches. I brought up transferring to Scotland like 6 years ago, and that was a non-starter. Oh, cause of yes, I see. Yeah, there's nowhere for us to transfer or go to. If things were to deteriorate and Massachusetts were to be, you know, were to put its money where its mouth is, you know, we might be, you know, again, things would be real rough in that supposition, but we would do anything that we could with what we have, but we are thinking about ways increasingly to lean more off grid, to become increasingly self-sufficient. Probably Mark and I were like, into our prepper arc. I hate it. I know Oscar works for a company that's US based, and he's obviously international. Yeah, I think that's it's tough, right? Because when you work for a big enough company, they make things work, right? Um, Certainly getting a job at a big enough quote unquote company, that's international, you know, is is definitely a good start, but you know, uh I think that, definitely looking for remote in, Canada is probably going to be like solid, more reliable, right? But still, even doing all of that is so precarious when you're in the immigration phase and situation. Um, Getting interim, sponsorships, etc. You know, Figuring out the transition period, it's gonna be real difficult. You know what I mean? But I wish you all the best of luck because, yeah, you got to get the fuck out of there. The good news, my state is heavily gerrymandered, which means there are many, many more blue dots. And people who are not forget, I think we'd have a good chance here of flying under the radar for quite some time if things went south enough that we might be able to get help in ways, if you catch my drift. And family mess, I haven't. Oop. Hold on 1 second. I like how I'm in a page so that I can scroll like a browser rather than OBS, which can't scroll. Bro, what the fuck? And I thought I was refresh it. I actually accidentally refreshed the page, but instead I went back to the Twitch homepage. And for whatever reason, my Twitch is taking 20 fucking years to load right now. Like, legitimately, I'm just sitting here with my dick in my hand. All right, here we go. Finally. Jeez. All right. In fairness, I haven't talked to my work yet, and we'll see if they let me stay on. Unlikely, but my whole team does work remote, just all US based. But Canada has a lot of tech jobs, many remote, so I'm not too concerned about that part of it. I know, you're just not even there yet. No, you have to get the locomote all of your shit. They have a chat dashboard. So I use StreamerBot, and for whatever reason, and it's not just me, I know a bunch of people have been having problems with OBS chat. Of course, I say this, and now I go up and OBS chat actually is scrolling for me right at this moment. Girl, I don't even. I'm just like, whatever. OBS chat gets stuck all the time, yes. DK, hi, good luck, lurk, work. I ditched OBS chat the moment I set up OBS. I know it's pretty shitty. And I could like pop out. Um so yeah, no, it's too small. Yeah. The whatchamacallit, the browser one, especially when I used to do Friday Night Bites, I used to have a vertical monitor that was pretty much just the browser chat window popped out and like made into giant readable, font because I was, at the fucking counter cooking and shit. But yeah, no, it's a pain. It is a pain in the ass. A pain in the ass. But yeah, no, I could have tested into the Canadiens good boards with my operator license and certs. I proposed doing that way back in 2014, but yeah, should have jumped on that one. At the time, my company was international based and had Canadians divisions. Yeah, no, yeah. There's never really been an opportunity like, um, we've always had. We're stuck here. There's nowhere for us to go unless we just straight up ended up having to yeet